Serenity is the name I gave to this picture because it was exactly what I was feeling when I was shooting. The elephants were just grazing in the plain, the cheetahs were almost sleeping on the turning mount. So everything was quiet, and sometimes action is not the most important things you can look for in a safari. Sometimes peace of mind is much more important than that.
The picture was taken whilst a big lion pride was very busy eating a buffalo they had taken down. I had the chance to observe this beautiful scene of this father lion hugging one of his many little boys. It lasted a fraction of a second, and I was very lucky to capture this scene. This moment is very unique, as normally it is the other way around. It is the son who would search for a hug towards his father.
Just a few minutes before sunrise, and the mist started to glow, and I caught sight of the silhouette of these topi. It looked like they were trying to hide in this thin layer of mist, waiting for daybreak.
A photograph is just an interpretation of what the photographer sees or wants to see through his camera. It is not a factual rendition of reality. I have been experimenting and working on a project to photograph wild animals using homemade lenses designed to produce an artistic vision. The result can be seen in this giraffe picture. The lens produces streaks on the lower half of the frame, leaving the other half sharp and clear.
It was an awful day in the Mara, weather-wise, with heavy rain and very strong winds. We were driving back to camp with all the canvas sides of the vehicle down, and we really couldn't see much out of the windows at all. Suddenly, my friend and professional photographer, Arnfinn Johansson, asked our guide, Big John from Altepesi camp, to stop the car. And Arnfinn opened up a gap in the canvas, and he pointed to the Impala and said to me, "Ivan, this is a beautiful scene. Quick, take a picture, and do not mess it up."
We were actually watching a lioness that was hunting. She was unsuccessful trying to catch a wildebeest, and she actually left the area. And we thought the male was going to follow her as well. However, the young hippo just kind of kept wandering closer and closer towards him, and then the rest was history. And I was actually filming the takedown because it seemed as though the chase was going to happen away from us, but the hippo turned its back and actually ran sort of towards us. So immediately once the male got the hippo down on the ground, I switched back to photos, and that was how I got my image.
To give you a bit of background, this happened at the Peninsula Crossing Point, a crossing point that we've been fortunate enough to see many fantastic crossings happen throughout the season this year. And like most other times, we had a massive build-up of wildebeest coming from the National Reserve side, and after some time of waiting, they managed to cross the river, only to be met by a pride of lions on the other side of the river, and this particular male and two other females, all of which had made a kill themselves. The females made one each, and of course this male, as you see in the picture here, managed to capture a wildebeest for himself. In the process, slipping down the slippery rocks and falling quite a distance down to the banks of the Mara River, eventually falling in the river, where he managed to catch this wildebeest, killed it, and then dragged it out of the river to enjoy his spoils.
Migration time. Chaos during the crossing. A wildebeest just running fast as possible to save his life from a lion chasing. Then a small mistake. He fell down in the sand and the lion was on it. Few seconds and the tragedy was in front of me. Everybody is always asking me, looking at this picture, what happened after that? He survived. He died. I will never tell you.
I love photographing elephants, and we came across this herd of about 7, and we sat with them for about an hour and a half, just watching and observing and waiting for them to move around, just trying to get some different shots and different opportunities. And when I saw those two line up like that, I knew I had a once in a lifetime shot, and so excited I was able to capture that, just to create that look of 2 elephants that look like one.
Yeah, when we arrived at the riverside, we didn't know yet that the killed zebra was pregnant because most of her body was in the water. Then after about 20 minutes, this huge crocodile entered the scene and started tearing up the body. There was a loud gasp from all the cars when everyone suddenly realized that she'd been carrying an unborn calf. Now I'd switched to viewing everything through my viewfinder, just taking a shot about once every second, and it hadn't really sunk in yet what was going on. And it was all over in just a few seconds, so it left me quite shocked, to be honest. I really felt like I'd just witnessed one of the last remaining dinosaurs.